Hello everyone and welcome to another episode on the survival multiplayer server. I believe this is episode 9 and I am here in the shopping district / community area that we worked on in our past few episodes, and I just want to make a quick recap because it's been a while since I uploaded. So if you remember correctly, in our last episode we flattened the entire island and covered it in grass and terraformed the landscape. Now between episodes I have filled out the roads some more and built some new roads. So if I just fly up here, I've extended these roads over here, and then I have extended roads on the other side. Goodness. I'm going to turn off the shaders for now because my frame rate is actually struggling for some reason. I don't know why. That's better. Okay, so in this episode I plan to build 2 buildings and maybe a farm, an AFK farm, but I realized that the 2 buildings I want to build require resources that I cannot provide right now. So I was going to build one here and one in this area, which I've laid out pillars for. I do not have the resources to build these buildings. So for today's episode we are going to build 3 farms actually, because the first one will help us build the second 2, and the second 2 will help us get the resources for these buildings. So I'm going to go over to our industrial farm area on Mushroom Island, very far away from here, and I will continue giving you information there. Well, it's been a while since we've been here, but I think this is where we're going to be spending the majority of today's episode. So while I was collecting resources for the 2 farms, as you can see here, I ran out of one very important resource, and that is cobblestone. So in this shulker box, I have all the materials I need to build a really nice cobblestone generator. So I've decided to build a cobblestone generator, and this design is not by me. It is by Mango. I can link the video in the description, and it's really good. I couldn't have come up with something better myself. And yeah, so I'm just gonna build it. It shouldn't take too long actually. Well, I finished sort of the skeleton of the build. I still have to add in all the redstone, all the water, and the lava, as well as the TNT duplication right here. Next on my agenda is all the redstone circuitry, the water, and then finally I will put in the lava at the very end. And done! All of the redstone is in place. I built the TNT duplicator, I put in the water, and the last thing to do is to put in the lava, which has a very special way of doing it, which I'd like to show you. I've built this sort of pathway for the lava to go. So when I pour it here, it'll start to flow down the entire way. And what I'm going to do is come over here and wait. Alright, once the lava has passed this stone block, I break it. And then I break it. And then I break it. And as you can see, the lava starts coming out as well as going through the path. So I get one source block to cover this entire area. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. This side has already flowed down though, so I can just break all of them. It's very important that the lava has passed the stone block, so it's on top of this block when you break the block, so that it doesn't just stop. And oh no, I made a mistake. Let me just, there we go. Right, I put that on the other side, but not on this side. Alright, that's fine. Alright, well, this farm is technically complete. I haven't built a storage or collection system yet, but I just want to test it out, make sure there's no problems with the TNT and duplication, and hopefully nothing blows up. So, first try, here we go. Okay, TNT was dispensed, and it falls. Okay, the stone is being made. Look at that. What? Wait, something's wrong. Yep, everything broke. Ah, that's why. Okay, well, that is not what I like to see. We will fix that. How did I fix it, you wonder? With a great deal of effort and time. It's taken me a long time, as well as a lot of scaffolding and scaffolding blocks like dirt and stone to fix this, but I believe I have it working now, so let's check it out in action. Boom. And like, look at the amount of items being pushed into that center. So what I did was have this rotating cycle of minecarts going over all the hoppers. And even that wasn't enough. Look, there's still so many blocks there. So all of this cobblestone is going to help me craft all the redstone components, like droppers and observers, for my next farm, which I believe we're going to build just right over there. It'll be more vertical than horizontal, I think, but we'll see. Well, I've laid the groundwork for this farm, and all that is left to do is build it upwards, and maybe you can guess what farm I'm building from these blocks here. I guess the gravel kind of gives it away. I'm building a kelp farm, because one of the buildings I want to build uses kelp blocks. So over here I have a bunch of smokers set up to smelt or cook up the kelp into dried kelp, which will go into these chests. And I wanted to show you, I designed something kind of cool over here. So the uncooked kelp will be funneled into this chest, and then there will be a hopper minecart right here. And once the hopper minecart is completely full, I will allow it to go onto this track. And it'll keep looping around this track, and it will keep looping around this track until it's completely empty, and it'll go back and sit there. And the way you do this is through this little circuit here, where this detector rail will cause this comparator to detect whether the minecart has any items in it. And if this gets powered, meaning it does have items in it, this track will change and connect up to this one instead, and it'll loop around this way. Let me demonstrate that. If I just put this here, as you can see, there's nothing inside it, but as soon as I put any item inside, the track will change to that. Now, I have optimized this smelter system to the maximum capacity. So basically, dried kelp can be crafted into dried kelp blocks, which can be used as fuel. So this system can be renewable because the dried kelp makes the fuel that will create more dried kelp. I did a bit of research, and I found dried kelp will smelt 20 items before it runs out of fuel. So one dried kelp block can give me 20 dried kelp. So when the minecart is full, it has 320 items in it, which is 16 times 20. So I have 16 smokers here. So when the minecart fills up, it'll go here, and it'll fill each smoker with exactly 20 items. Then there will be dried kelp blocks in the smoker, and it will take one dried kelp block to put 20 inside. So overall, out of every 20 dried kelp I get, I have to take out 9, make one dried kelp block, and put it back into the system. Therefore, I make a profit of about 11, which is really good. Anyway, I'm going to build the farm up, and I might check in after I've done the first layer just to show you what it is, but I have like 4 more layers planned, so we'll see what happens. Alright, see you then. After completing the first layer, yeah, this is a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Yeah, I thought it would be smaller. We are cutting it a bit close here with the stone thing, but these two farms should not affect each other, both running at the same time. Yeah, this is basically what the kelp farm is going to look like. So the kelp will grow, and then it'll be broken, it'll flow up and out over the sides into the hoppers right there. Well, it's time for me to build the other 4 layers, so wish me luck. Welcome back, everyone. I finished the kelp farm. It's done. It's complete. I've been AFK here for a little while, and I have been just collecting up a lot of kelp and then crafting it into dried kelp blocks, and then I have been putting them back into the smokers for now. I haven't been keeping any of the dried kelp, just so I can build up a lot of fuel, and then we can start farming dried kelp for our building project. The time lapse you just watched only showed me building the 2nd and 3rd layers because I literally ran out of resources after the 3rd layer. I ran out of observers and smooth stone and glass, so I had to go collect all those resources, and then I forgot to start recording the time lapse again when I started building. So yeah, but this farm has 4 layers. Each layer has about 64 blocks of gravel, so 64 kelp plants that will be growing. So that's about 4 stacks of kelp plants that will be growing. So all very good rates. This thing's almost full with kelp, and when it fills up, it'll go around and start cooking all the kelp. I think I can declare this project for now complete, and we can move on to the last farm of today's episode. Now, the other block I need for a building material is the red nether brick, which looks really, really nice with all the red blocks like concrete, red terracotta, red wool, all of those. And so I need a lot of that. The way you craft these blocks is using the nether wart block and the nether brick. So for the final farm of today's episode, I want to create a nether wart farm. Now, I've been trying to design nether wart farms in my creative test world, and I think I've come up with one that's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and build it out in the sea on a large platform because it's kind of wide and not tall. So I prefer not to put it in the city. Although I might decorate it later. Anyway, I'll try and time lapse this one as well. So enjoy. Well, as it is with technology, my game crashed and I lost part of the time-lapse footage, so you didn't see me placing down any of these iron trapdoors or the soul sand, which is partly good because I placed all the iron trapdoors facing in the wrong direction, so that's great. I just sort of want to give credit where credit is due. I did not design this farm. This farm was originally designed by Impulse SV of the Hermitcraft server back in Hermitcraft Season 6, and it still works today, and I just made a few small modifications that would allow me to build it here. Right, so the way this farm is going to work is I'm just going to be on a minecart going across all these rails, and then I will be able to chop all the nether warts, and I will aim my crosshair such that I can only chop fully grown nether warts. In addition, I will also be using the fortune enchantment on axes so that we get more nether warts per chop. And this will be extremely helpful as I will always need to have like a stack of nether warts in my offhand so that I can replant them. Right, so I'm going to continue on building this farm, and hopefully I don't lose the next part of the time lapse, which you are about to see right now. Well, the farm is finished. Yeah, I'm just checking to make sure I planted all the nether wart correctly. And yeah, so the farm is complete. I've put all the minecarts underneath the soul sand here that will run and pick up the nether wart. And I've crafted a diamond axe with efficiency 5 and fortune 3, thanks to my beautiful villager trading hall right there. So let me just demonstrate. If I chop this, I got 4 nether wart. I believe the max I can get is 7, but without fortune, the max you can get is like 2 or 3. So this will make a huge improvement to the farm overall. I also got 4 that time. Actually, I got 5 that time. Drowned are probably one of my favorite mobs in the game. Look at them, so anyway, I think I'm going to end today's episode with an AFK. I just wanted to give a quick shout out. The only way this farm is going to be worked if I'm left clicking really fast and right clicking really fast when I'm not left clicking, if that makes sense. So I have a macro or a mod that is set up to perform this action for me. So every single tick I will right click, but every 2 ticks I will left click. And this mod is called Tweakaroo Configs and Tweaks. So this gives a whole host of hotkeys and things you can do to turn on specific macros for your game. So if I press XA, I can toggle my attack, and as you can see, I'm attacking extremely fast. And if I press XU, I will start using very fast, as you can see. So I'm going to use both of these, and I'm going to find a fully grown one, see, and I'm just going to aim right there. And the fully grown ones should give a lot. So I'll just be going along here, boom, boom, like that, except much faster. Alright, I've crafted myself a minecart and I'm prepared to go AFK. Let me turn down the sound so you'll be able to hear me. So I'm gonna go here. All right. This one is fully grown, so I'm just gonna aim up here. I'm gonna put the nether warts in my offhand and go XU and XA, and then to the side we go. Before I end today's episode, I just want to let you know that I'm working on a series on Minecraft command blocks and commands, which should be releasing later this month. I'm pre-recording and editing the entire series. It's about 11 to 12 episodes, and so it'll be releasing the entire month. I'm finished with about 7 of the 12 episodes, so yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.